In this MasterThatRiff lesson, we're going to look at the iconic Layla by Derek and the Dominoes with Eric Clapton. So the whole riff is really based around a D pentatonic minor, a kind of riff idea. And we're actually, there's loads of guitar parts going on here, but the guitar part I'm going to look at starts up here at the 7th fret of the D string with the first finger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hammer from 7 to 10 on that D string there with the first and fourth finger. You can use the third finger if you want. I find it a bit easier to use the fourth finger. Then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to hammer from 7 to 10 on the G string. So it kind of goes. Then I pull off to 7 there. Then I play 10 in the D, and then 7 in that G again. And that's actually the core of the kind of whole riff. So if I play that slowly, it goes a little bit quicker. Okay. Now the end of that sustained note there, the 7th fret of the G string, I just give a little bit of vibrato with that first finger there. So the intro bit, we kind of play 2 of them, so it goes. Now you may find, if you're new to this, technique of using hammer and pull-offs here, you can take this nice and slow, but what you want to aim for is clarity and evenness in the notes. So when you're doing this bit, make sure that hammer and pull-off are nice and even. Don't have a situation where you have the hammer and then there's like a really kind of quick pull-off. Everything must be kind of, it's essentially even 16ths rhythmically. So you can practice it really slow, just to make sure the volumes there reach the notes and the clarity as well, evenness of the rhythm. So we play 2 of them. Then what we're effectively going to do is take that riff and play it up an octave. So here I'm in, that shape there was kind of a pentatonic minor, like a kind of G shape. Now we move up to our first fingers at the 10th fret, so I'm in this kind of D pentatonic minor box shape here. And what I'm going to do is take this, but play it now on the B and E strings. Now I tend to use my third finger here now, so it kind of goes. Okay. Now what can be tricky with this, taking this up an octave, so fret wise I'm hammering from 10 to 13 on the B string. Then I'm going to do a hammer and pull off 10 to 13 back to 10 in that high E string. Then I play 13 in the B, and I've got 10 in that high E string again. And I give a little bit of vibrato there. It's tricky to always get a bit of vibrato on that thinnest string on the top of the fingerboard there, because what can happen if you're used to doing vibrato like this, you might go and pull the string off the neck. If you watch Clapton, he tends to do everyone has unique vibrato, but he does a kind of, he takes his hand off and kind of does that with the vibrato. That's our idea. As long as you get a little bit of sweetness on that note with some vibrato. Then what we're going to do is play this little melodic idea. So what I'm going to do here is I bend the whole step, 13th fret of that E string, bring it down, and I play 12 on the E string with the second finger. My third finger plays 13th fret of the B string, and then I play 10th fret of that E string. And if you can, apply vibrato when you feel it will sweeten the note up a little bit. So I kind of use it on those 3 notes there. So that, together with the first bit, goes. So that's your kind of first half of this kind of riff phrase. Then we play this again. Then we go up to the 15th fret of the E string here with my third finger. So I do a whole step bend at the 15th fret now. And I'm supporting that there with my middle finger, just so I've got a little bit more control. My first finger here, I tend to do this quite a bit. That's just lying across these other strings just to mute them, just so there's no noise when I do the string bend. Then I bring back my second finger and play 12th fret of the E string. So I kind of have to kind of shift. And this is the same ending as we did before. It's 12 in the E string, 13 in the B, and then 10 in that high E string. So that second bit goes. So you've almost got like a kind of question and answer phrase, I suppose. This is your question part. And then you kind of answer it again with a similar phrase, but you get this higher bend. Then what we do in the riff is we do that all again. And this is where it changes. Instead of going to that note there, we actually kind of change key. And what we're going to do is bend a half step from the 13th fret in this B string here. So I'm aiming for this note here. So in the context of that kind of D minor, it almost sounds out of tune, but it's because we're changing key here. This is quite a good little practice for doing whole step bends and half step bends. So the end phrase kind of goes. Yeah, so that, just aiming for one fret above for that half step bend. Okay, so if I play the whole riff, this is what it sounds like.